Today, I want to talk about the essentials of fat loss. So if you're looking to lose fat, this video is going to really help you out. And my style of like training people and even my how I coach people in nutrition, I want to make it as complicated as you need to. So I want to make it so simple. So the foundation of fat loss is always eating less calories than than you take in. Um, and this is actually a more complicated, say, equation than people think, because the body is complicated. Like your body's always burning different amounts of calories depending on what's going on. Um it's like a thermostat almost. So the simplest way is make sure that um you take in less calories than you consume. And that's not, this is where I think people get confused. It's not like a day-to-day basis, but it's more like an average, not an average, but um, like a total through weeks and months. That's what equates to fat loss. So a lot of people do good during the week, but then the weekend it's off the rails. And then basically what they do is they kind of just they end up eating that like maintenance calories, which again just either allows them to stay in the same place week after week. So it's important. So making sure that you're not overeating is really important. Now, there's a few ways to do this. You can count calories. You don't have to, but the way I've been thinking lately is count. If you're in a rush, sometimes like people, it's hard for people to stay motivated if they don't see results, noticeable results first. So counting calories is probably the fastest way, I'm thinking. Now, there's other ways to do this. I've gotten clients great results doing more, say, like habitual ways, which would be, eating more protein, at least having 5 fruits and vegetables per day, eating less processed foods, sometimes cycling carbohydrates. But I would say if you want to keep it as simple as possible and get results as fast as possible, it will take time. But just as a general term, is track your calories. Make sure you're taking less calories that you are in. So when you do this, you have to you have to track everything. And it's not something you have to do for a while, but you really need to get a hold of like how much food are you actually having. And the best way to do that, especially if you don't have much experience like eating right or eating healthy, is make sure you weigh things, measure things. Again, this is temporary, but if you just kind of eyeball things, like studies have shown over and over again, humans are extremely inaccurate at this. And the second thing the two other things that I would focus on, actually three, is make sure you eat enough protein. So I would go, what's your ideal body weight, and eat that in grams of protein. So if you want to be 140 pounds, eat 140 grams of protein per day. Consume 5 fruits and vegetables per day. Can be a combination. You can eat more than that, but at least do that. And drink water throughout the day. And try not to drink calories. If you do those 4 things, then nothing you haven't heard, but if you do them on a consistent basis, you get results. Now, and being consistent can be hard. So like a simple tip that I heard a while ago and I like is buy like a cheap calendar and buy a marker. Every time you hit your calories and protein, per check marks on that day. Every time you don't, per red X. And at the end of 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, see your compliance level. Did you do it half the time? Did you do it like 75% of the time? If you use a general rule of thumb, if you can be consistent with that 80%, 90% of the time, you should drop body fat. So that's the simplest way that you can lose fat.